Also trending today, it's a big week for Ukraine. Leaders of the European Union will meet on Thursday and Friday to decide if the bloc should launch membership negotiations with Kyiv. The country's foreign minister says it would be devastating if the EU doesn't ahead of the summit. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is in Washington, D.C. for talks with lawmakers, the head of the International Monetary Fund, and the U.S. president. Touching down at Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, the Ukrainian president is in the U.S. for several strategically significant meetings.
Ukraine is just a stepping stone for Russia.
He began his trip with a speech at the U.S. National Defense University, where he was introduced by Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin.
We are determined to deter Russia from any further aggression, including against our NATO allies. And we are determined to show the world that America will not flinch in our defense of freedom.
Russia is set on more than just Ukraine's land, resources, or our people. It won't be satisfied with just a part of Ukraine or even all of it.
Zelenskyy told the military audience he hopes to continue to count on the U.S. for support amid questions over future military assistance. Assistance that Ukraine badly needs in order to keep up its efforts to repel the Russian invasion, a war that has been largely a stalemate for the past year.
Ukrainians haven't given up and won't give up. We know what to do, and you can count on Ukraine, and we hope just as much to be able to count on you.
U.S. President Joe Biden's Democrat allies in Congress are trying to secure approval of about $50 billion in new military assistance for Ukraine. Biden will meet with Zelenskyy tomorrow. But American lawmakers will recess for the year at the end of the week, and nothing has been agreed yet.
If I were a cynic, I would say that Republicans have decided to tie support for Ukraine to immigration reform because they want Ukraine aid to fail.
It's not just Republicans that are holding a hard line. It's Democrats that are holding a hard line. Either side can move and can get this done.
Many countries around the world envy you for that achievement.
Zelenskyy next went to the International Monetary Fund to meet with the IMF chief, who praised Ukraine for its economic performance and cracked down on corruption, as the fund's executive board is poised to release more money from the country's $15.6 billion loan program.
And we really demonstrated that we can reform our country during the war.
As Zelenskyy pushes in the States, his foreign minister is pushing in Europe to achieve another important objective for Ukraine.
I came here with a clear message of Ukraine's commitment to do its homework, to open accession talks and move towards membership in the EU.
Foreign ministers from the European Union will meet later this week to decide if the bloc should open membership talks and if it should give an additional 50 million euros in economic support to Ukraine.
I cannot imagine, I don't even want to talk about the devastating consequences that will occur shall the Council fail to make this decision.
Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, who boasts about his ties with Russian President Vladimir Putin, has threatened to veto the aid and enlargement talks at the summit.